I have a really hard time prioritizing myself. I've spent my whole life focusing on what I should be doing for other people, diving into my work, being a good wife, being a good mom, except with this one thing that has been a constant for a long time, and that's when I drink tea. I can't tell you just how magical that first sip of a hot cup of tea is for me. I absolutely love it, and it brings me back to me and what I want. So I used to find myself doing the same exact thing over and over again. I would just put a little bit of sweetener, either honey or sugar, in my tea because I like it just a little bit sweet. And I was doing this repeatedly, so I figured there had to be a tea bag with some sweetener already in it. It just made sense. So I went to Google, of course, to look for it, and nobody was making it. I couldn't understand why the big companies weren't making it easier for people who like their teas just a little bit sweet to put it in the tea bag already. And one day decided I could put a really high-end loose leaf grade tea inside of a tea bag with a little bit of sweetener and make it the fastest, easiest possible cup of tea that I could have. I don't know what it was that compelled me to start a business at the busiest time of my entire life, but the sweetened tea bag idea it was pulling me towards it, and I knew that I had to bring it into the world. I realized early on in my business that the convenience of the sweetened tea bag was a really big deal to people, but the flavors were also even more of a big deal. I noticed that customers were really gravitating towards the blends that I created that were totally unique to my business and you couldn't find anywhere else. So for example, the Lavender Chamomile Kick. There are tons of lavender and chamomile blends, but what's unique about mine is that there's a little bit of peppermint that cools your mouth and just a little bit of cayenne that gives you this warm tingle in your throat that's super fun. And of course, it's lightly sweetened with a lemon-infused organic sugar, so it's perfectly balanced. The idea of a sweetened tea bag seems obvious, but it's just never been done before, and not like this. I've created blends with high-end loose leaf grade tea, but I blend in natural craft sweeteners to enhance the blends, not make them overly sweet. I created flavors that people can't find anywhere else because my customers told me early on that the basic teas with black tea and maple and green tea with honey, they just weren't compelling enough. So I'm focusing exclusively on unique and creative blends that are totally unique to my brand.